congratulations, you guys get a little bit of a bonus today. We're going to go over a little bit of separate material, but applicable to this chapter, including the assignments starting from section 1 all the way through the chapter, and that is on perimeter and area. Now, I'm sure you're familiar with this. I remember studying perimeter and area myself when I was in 4th grade. That's when you first get an introduction to it, and after that they kind of progress and they get a little bit more rigorous. We're going to go back and do some quick review. Perimeter is the distance around a figure, and the figures are typically triangles, squares, rectangles, different types of quadrilaterals. You add up the lengths of the sides. I have a triangle here with side lengths A, B, and C, and of course the perimeter is just A plus B plus C. You add those sides up. Now in this case, this is supposed to represent a square. The little marks like that represent that all 4 of these sides have the same length, and I've labeled it S. So S plus S plus S plus S, there's 4 S's. The perimeter is 4 times the length of a side S. This is to represent a rectangle. These 2 double marks mean that these 2 sides match. These single marks mean these 2 sides match. You have length and width, and the perimeter is twice the length because there's 2 lengths, plus twice the width because there's 2 widths. Now I'm going to use the first formula to find the perimeter of a triangle that I've got drawn out here. Now this little symbol right here, although it's not always put into a triangle for the perimeter problems, this one is to denote that it is a special type of triangle. It's what we call a right triangle, and that this is a 90-degree angle. That's what that little symbol means. You'll see that again later on in some of the other chapters. But the perimeter, you add up the 3 sides. The double tick marks here mean inches. 15 inches, 20 inches, 25 inches. So this is 15 plus 20 plus 25. Now I'm going to use a little associative property here and kind of add them up in my head. 15 and 25 is 40, 40 and 20 is 60, and this is in inches. Perimeter is in the same units as the units that you're combining, that you're adding. If you're adding feet, your perimeter is in feet. If you're adding miles, your perimeter is in miles. Not square miles, that's area. We're going to get to that next. Now let's look at area. We did area in a problem back in unit 1, I should say, but we're going to expand on that. The definition of area is the number of square units that are needed to cover a figure. If you've ever seen someone tile a floor, they put typically square tiles down, and the area that's required to cover the entire floor, that would be the area of that floor, of that shape. Here I have 3 basic shapes. I have square, rectangle, and a triangle. The area of a square, we did this before, is side times side, or side squared. The area of a rectangle, you probably remember this one, length times width. And this is a little different. The area of a triangle, notice the extra dotted line here. This is an altitude. This is the height. This is the distance from here to here. Notice the right angle symbol again to show the shortest distance from this vertex down to this side. So if we call this side the base, B for base, then this is the height, and the formula is 1/2 times base times height. Here's a couple of examples. Let's find the area of this rectangle. In this particular case, this rectangle has a length of 40 centimeters and a width of 20 centimeters. So the area is 40 times 20, which would be 800. Now, because it is area, it's not going to be in centimeters, it's going to be in square centimeters, and I'm going to show you a way to write square centimeters, kind of the lazy man's way of doing it, using the exponent 2 for the square, 800 square centimeters. Now for the triangle over here, my area is going to be 1/2 times the base, which is 15, times the height, which in this case the arrow is indicating this is the height, this is 8. Now here's where I would use the associative property of multiplication. I'd multiply the 15 and the 8 first. 15 times 8 is 120, and half, this is 120 here, half of 120 is 60. So this is 60. Now these measurements were in centimeters also, so this is going to be in square centimeters. Now you can get good at this, and you're going to need area problems that are not only on the proficiency, but they're going to be throughout the remainder of the chapters. So remember, practice, practice, practice.